Would you have called me crazy if I'd said to you in 2015, this is where you would be, barely 2.5, 3 years later?
If you had told me that I'd be a Rolex Series and Scottish Open champion 3 months ago, I would have laughed at you with the way that I felt. Felt down, had no confidence in the game, was almost on the border of depression, and then just something clicked. And it happens like that in sport. I mean, you can ask cricketers, you can ask rugby players, you can ask soccer players. Something happens and you just find your feet again. And I'm very fortunate to have done that before Scotland, and now I sit here having readjusted my entire schedule, planning on the final series of the race to Dubai, and yeah, it's just incredible.
Go back to the mindset that you spoke about for the Scottish Open. I think people probably underestimate how tough it is to be in international sports, but not just from the success point of view, but I can only imagine the pressures, the travelling, the being away from family and friends and loved ones as well. You said now that you were in a pretty bad state then, building up towards Scotland. I
actually sat down with my coach, Jamie Goff. I sat down with him the Tuesday of Scotland. I said, I don't know what to do. I said to him, I don't know what to change, because everything feels like it's in place. Everything feels like I should be playing better, but I've had my worst 8 months of golf ever. So you sit there and he's like, well, if you believe the process is correct, you just have to flood your brain with positive thoughts, as cliche as it may sound. And then I actually changed my caddy. I got one of my good mates to come and caddy with me a few weeks prior to that, and we started working on a few different routines in the practice, and it was just amazing. There was no instance in that entire Scottish Open week where I felt out of position. I never felt panicked, I never felt nervous, I never felt anything. And then we walked off that final green on Sunday, and I looked at the scoreboard and I was leading by 4, and I'm going, that felt easy. That didn't feel like a guy who's been struggling for 8 months.
If people perhaps didn't know your name in South Africa when you were going through the rounds, if you maybe would have missed your name in the Scottish Open, do you feel that the performance at Bellerive then would have really kind of shot you out there on an international stage? Granted, you had been in the States before, going to varsity in Texas. Did that then maybe just reassure perhaps to a bigger, wider audience, where we know golf is so dominant on the US side as well, that Brandon Stone is the real deal here?
South Africa is such a proud sporting nation that the moment that anyone starts having success, you become on the South African radar. But when you go to a major championship and you start performing there, that radar just explodes. It doesn't limit you to South Africa, it's a global scale now. I think obviously winning Scotland got my name back into the limelight again. It created a lot of awareness who I am, but then having performed the way that I did at Bellerive was awesome. I mean, it was a fantastic week. I played some great golf, probably one of the best ball striking tournaments that I've ever had. But also, I've always enjoyed the States. I've always enjoyed their kind of way of playing, getting up there and just bombing at 360 yards out on the fairway. The weather's always great. It's 35 degrees Celsius and the courses are perfect.
Do you feel any pressure being maybe seen as the next generation of South African golfer?
I'm 25, I'm still learning. I'm very fortunate to have got myself into positions like at Bellerive now at the PGA Championship with a top 12 finish. So I'm extremely excited in the prospect of being that next generation. I know it's just not going to happen. A lot of hard work will get me there, but South Africa's got a lot of great golfers coming through now. I mean, if you look at the European Tour, I think there's close up to 20 players who are playing full-time in Europe, and that's remarkable.
Have you set yourself a target for a major?
So if I had to pick a major, it would be Augusta. Timeline-wise, I'll take one in at any time. It could be even on 54, I don't mind. But yeah, I think with this result in Bellerive at PGA, it's helped me develop as a major player now, because I've never really done particularly well in the WGC or major. So to show myself that I can compete with the best in the world is fantastic. I'm just going to build on that hopefully as the year progresses.